One of the things that I love about the UAE is electric vehicles. You can rent them. There's electric taxis. I think there's even going to be electric hire cars. There's so many options. And to speak more about used electric cars now being sold for more than new vehicles as the demand soars is Rayyan El Deen Syed Mohammed from iRay Auto Trading. Thank you very much for joining us on Talk 100.3.
Hi, brother. How are you doing?
We're doing very, very well this afternoon. The demand for electric vehicles is so high in the UAE this afternoon. The demand for electric vehicles is so high in the UAE. Some vehicles that are second-hand are actually going for more than the owners originally paid for them. Which is the most popular at the moment? Is it the Tesla Model 3?
Yes, the Tesla is right now the famous model. The Tesla 3 is, which is one of the most popular electrical vehicle on sale in UAE. Has a starting price of just 185,000 for the standard range model.
Right. So, but then how does it work? Is it that the new cars aren't coming because of which all of a sudden there's a massive demand for a second-hand or a used pre-owned electric vehicle?
So the reason the pre-owned used vehicles are going in demand and it's high is because of the fuel price also, you can say, and due to this shortage of scarcity of microchips, which are the key component in the majority of the new cars.
Right. So, but then is it then limited to electric vehicles, or it's across all kind of cars?
No, this comes in the petrol and diesel sort of a cars. This microchip, and that is the one issue which is getting delayed because the production is not mass anymore. So basically, my wife also works in automobile field, and she's the one who told me about it, that the scarcity of the microchips are the thing which is getting delayed out. And for another 1 year is the prediction that is going to be more of the delay in the microchips. So the second-hand market will be good. And basically, the fuel price going up and down is also one of the reasons why people are going towards the electrical cars. And the invasion of the Russia and Ukraine, so which put further financially pressure on the motorists.
So what we're really seeing here is a growth towards electric vehicles is not really because people have the environment in mind. It's more about they're not reliant on fuel. A lot of these electric vehicles tend to be more advanced in terms of their technology and their features. And probably there's a bit of flexing. There's some status there as well. Would that be correct?
That is right. And if you notice that electrical vehicles are the showrooms are offering them the charging port in their house, in their basements, in their buildings. And if you even notice, even on the gas stations, they are coming with the charging ports, which is even fast charging. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes for the full charge, but people are okay with the 5 minutes of charging of 30% just to reach to the places. So it does not consume much of time to charge this sort of electrical vehicles.
No, makes sense. But then when we talk about electrical vehicles, in UAE, only Tesla's available, right? Or are there any other brands that are available? Because I was looking for an ID4.
There are certain more brands. Volkswagen have come with the ID2, ID3, ID4, and
ID6
if you
also,
notice when ID6 also, and if you notice on the road, when the fuel prices were going very high, at that moment these cars were coming on the road, and a lot of people were asking about it, and it was even higher than the showroom price. The out dealers were selling it in a higher price actually.
So, from a use case perspective, what has been the response of an ID4, a Volkswagen electric vehicle versus a Tesla?
See, the electrical vehicles, especially if you talk about the ID, it has newly come in the market.
Right.
It's not from a very old time. So people will take some time to get a hang of it, and it is going to be, it's doing good because the pricing of the ID is also very less in the market. And people will take some time to get a hangover of it. And you can also see the service is only with the agency. So it's not what do you call a major thing about the service. They are offering a good service for 3 to 5 years, and it's doing good in the market. And we also do selling of the hybrid cars and electrical cars and a lot of other sort of cars, fuel efficient cars also we sell it.
When it comes to electric vehicles, I love them for many reasons that we've mentioned. Obviously, there's the environmental concept, there's the technology that comes behind a lot of them, especially even the instant torque. But the biggest challenge I find for a lot of people, particularly in the UAE, is if they're living in an apartment block, there isn't the access to the charging stations in a lot of the apartments. Is that a legitimate concern for a lot of buyers, or am I just looking at it from an innocent point of view?
See, we are just getting into electrical vehicles. If you ask about the second-hand market also, we are just getting into it. And a lot of people, when they ask us that how is the charging works, that is the main concern of the people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, how are we going to do? Like, if somebody stays in an apartment where they don't even have the parking lot.
True.
So these are the things. Yes, you're absolutely right that people have these sort of questions. How do we charge a vehicle? We cannot just go to the gas station and wait for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We just want to leave the car overnight in our parking lot. So when it comes to second-hand market, these kind of a question occurs.
Mm-hmm. But then there's no solution to it yet, right? As far as
Of course, there's a solution to it. Of course, there will be a solution.
What's the best solution in that situation?
If you talk about my experience, I have a customer who required the electrical vehicle, a second-hand vehicle, and he purchased it from us, and then he wanted electrical socket in his parking. So we actually got electrical socket through his meter channel line, which gives him the bill in his meter. It does not go to the building, basically the maintenance.
Right.
So we have even tried doing that. So we were successful in that.
Brilliant. So basically, with you guys, I mean, if one buys a car, you also give them a gas station, technically.
You can say that, brother.
Well, Rayyan, it's great to get your thoughts on this. It's no surprise that given so much manufacturing out of China has been delayed, that many things, including electric cars, have actually gone up in value. I mean, I think it's amazing. I mean, growing up, the mentality was always, as soon as you buy a new car and you drive it out of the showroom, it's dropped in price.
Electrical cars, brother, if you ask me, is the future right now.
Well, of course it is.
People are just even the if you see budget cars also is coming in the market now. It's going to come, and there are Chinese cars which has come, and everybody everybody is like attracted to the electric vehicles. They just want to buy electrical vehicles. It's not like they don't want the fuel cars, but whoever wants to get into a different sort of a thing and they are thinking about the future, this is the future right now. Electrical cars and hybrid cars are going to be the future.
Yeah. This is amazing, and very soon we'll be seeing Kitch drive one of those EVs, because he loves those EVs. Every time it's those silent cars that don't make any noise.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't have a car here, and I went back to Australia and I was driving. I forgot how many chocolates I used to buy at the service station. That's one thing that would stop when I get the electric vehicle. I'm no longer being sold 2 Cokes for 10. Yeah, sure, all that sort of stuff. Rayyan El Deen, Syed, Mohammed from iRay Auto Trading. Thank you very much for coming in and sharing the story about the rise in demand.
My
for
pleasure,
electric
brother.
vehicles.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.